Have you ever heard the story of the bamboo tree? A lot of people call bamboo lucky. But let's take a journey down this and look at this real quick and see what we come up with. So, my family comes from a line of a lot of homesteaders and farmers in the Midwest. And so, I'm going to use the analogy with bamboo that same way. There was an older gentleman who wanted to always, it was his dream to have a field of bamboo to support his family, to do other things, and this is really what his dream was. And so he went off and he planted bamboo seeds, and made sure the soil was right, made sure it was in the right sun, made sure he put the right compost and different things in the soil to make sure that it would grow properly. And so he did that, and he tended to it every day. Every day he went out, he watered the seed, made sure the soil was good, planted everything else, other crops and things around the bamboo to protect it. And he continued to do that and a whole year had passed, where he was just going out and watering it, and fertilizing it. And everyone kept seeing him pour tons of water on it every day, and nothing happened. No sprouting, nothing came out of the ground. And people started, kind of wonder, what are you really doing, And so year 2 came along, and the same thing. He kept watering his bamboo, kept the other crops around it, protect it, made sure the soil was right, kept watering it day after day after day. People kept seeing him do it. A lot of naysayers and saying, like, what are you doing? There's nothing's happening. There are all these other crops, and everyone's having, making money off their fields and everything. And here you have nothing going on. And so year 2 passes. Year 3 continues, and the same thing happens. Come to year 4, same thing happened. Nothing's happening. Everyone's kind of been through the phases where they laugh at him. Oh, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to be a success. But he started to internalize it and wonder, what am I really doing? Should I really continue on this? I'm not seeing the success I wanted. I'm not seeing the bamboo come up. Many of us in our lives have gone through this, where maybe we've tried something and failed at it, or not reached our dreams, or weren't quite able to get out of debt, weren't quite able to lose all the weight we wanted to, or to change our diet plan the way we wanted to, or to gain the muscle we wanted to, or whether it's get out of debt, maybe save enough for a down payment, maybe it's get all of our student loans paid off. There's lots of things that kind of happen in that process, and do we really give up on those dreams and the things that we desired, or we fight to move on and keep watering the plant, keep being consistent and persistent in doing the things we need to do? Well, this gentleman decided to do just that. So he decided in another year he was going to go out and stay consistent and persistent, watering and tending to his bamboo field. And along comes year 5. And at year 5, he was going out, and all of a sudden one day, he came out, and right there, he saw a sprout of bamboo coming out of the ground. Now, can you imagine how he was feeling after 5 years of watering and tending to it and nothing, and then all of a sudden this comes? I can only imagine that he felt like he won the lottery, jumping around, jumping for joy, running through the community, wanting to tell everyone what had happened. And sure enough, people started coming out, started looking at it, and they're like, all that work for just that little bit, and still kind of being naysayers, like, I don't know, you show me the success first, and then we'll do it. I still don't know if that's still not going to that's a lot of work for just that little bit. But he stayed consistent and persistent. He kept watering the plant, and next thing you know, the bamboo tree was 10 foot high, and 20 foot high, and then 30 foot high, and 40, then 50, and 60, then 70 foot, 80, and finally at 5 weeks, just 5 weeks, it was at 90 feet high. That's pretty amazing in 5 weeks for something to grow 90 feet high. So did it take 5 weeks, or did it take 5 years for the bamboo to grow 90 feet? Are you willing to stay consistent and persistent with something, whatever are to achieve your goals in your life, to keep, doing the things you need to do, whether it's saving, whether it's maybe consuming a little less, putting more money away, being a blessing to other people's lives, letting things come back, volunteering, giving of yourself, eating a little less, changing the way you eat, maybe having some green smoothies, eating more vegetables, getting rid of boxed food and carbohydrated food. Maybe it's getting up a little bit earlier in the morning to work out, or staying up a little later. Maybe it's going to talk to a few extra people. Maybe it's going to a networking event. Maybe it's just putting yourself out there a little bit more. But the key is really being consistent and persistent. And the next thing you know, your bamboo will come up and will grow, and you'll start seeing your success. So is bamboo, was it really lucky, or is it a blessing? I think it's more of a blessing. Lessons to keep us going, to keep us focused. And so myself, I'm putting some bamboo up to remind myself of the growth that can come and the success that can come from being persistent and consistent, and what a blessing it can be. So this is Just Be King. Be blessed.